What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're first time joining, if you're returning, thank you for coming back. Yes, been a little minute. A lot of stuff's happened. That doesn't mean there's nothing's happening. Trust me, it's a lot. It's a lot to consolidate, and you don't want to get on here upset, because that's when you make mistakes and start ranting and talking crazy. But this incident of destruction of property happened a little over a year ago, and Henry County Police have not done anything about it. This person is a would-be convicted felon. They have not faced no consequences of their actions, and this goes to show you that if you are suing these people, or you got dirt on these dirty cops, and they'll get citizens like your family members, your significant other, to turn against you, to avoid being sued, and a whole bunch of other stuff behind the scenes. So in this clip we're gonna watch her destroy some cameras, and yeah, if you want to check out more in detail other videos when the cops are called and other situations, it'll be in the description box below. But this just goes to show you that if you work with the cops, you get a pass. You can just do whatever you want to. So anyway, with that said, let's jump off to it. But before we do, make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment below. I want to hear what you guys got to say about this. All right, let's go. All right, so as of 2026, the average cost is between $80 to $200 per camera, depending upon location and stuff like that, and if it's wired. Now, wired ones are more complicated because you got to go through crawl spaces or attics, depending upon where they're putting it at. Yeah, so it's a lot more to it, and especially if the cameras are destroyed. Criminal damage to property in the second degree. A person commits an offense of criminal damage to property second degree when he or she intentionally damages any property of another person without his or her consent to damage thereto exceeds $500. Well, let's pull up the old calculator. Oh, a person convicted of this offense of criminal damage to second degree shall be punished of imprisonment for no less than 1 year. No less than 1 and no more than 5 years. So the minimum is 1 year, right? So let's do the average on that for the cost. So the top end is 200 and then the low end is 80 per camera, right? Divide that by 2, so that's 140. So there was 6 cameras. Let's do 140 times 6. That's $840. That's $340 over the $500. So it's definitely a felony. All right. Yeah, it's definitely a felony, bro. All right, so level with me here, right? Let's say that you have a pending lawsuit, multiple pending lawsuits, in court against Henry County, the city of Hampton, the city of Lovejoy, it's the state, right? Just a bunch of lawsuits going on, a bunch of crazy madness going on, right? They're constantly trying to set you up, trying to kill you. I'm not exaggerating about it. I promise you. All right. And your family members in on it. They didn't pay all of them off. And let's say that some of your family members are involved in illegal activities, right? And they get a pass. They can still continue their criminal enterprises. You read in between the lines, and face no consequences like this individual right here. Oh, let me note this too. Do you know that it's illegal to expose somebody for being a confidential informant? You can actually go to jail. Like if you know that somebody's working for the police and you expose them and say, hey, look, this person such and such, say their full name and say that they're working for the police. I have full knowledge of this and third. They will come and lock you up because they're considered a state actor or a federal actor or something like that. And they have the same protections as a law enforcement officer. That's crazy. And if you hurt them, then it's like hurting a law enforcement officer. So with that said, it's madness. With that said, what would you do in this particular situation? You went to police, just pretty much, the only people that you can go to when somebody does something like that. Because if you take matters to your own hands, then you'll be committing a crime yourself, right? Yeah, what would you do? And you got these lawsuits pending. You can't really get no help from anybody. These lawyers are corrupt. You don't got the money to pay them to screw you over, because that's all they're gonna do. I done been through it. Trust me when I say that. I'm gonna tell you like this. I have had cases in the past where if I've done my own research, then I went and asked my attorney just exactly what I read in the books, like exactly what the law is, right? And they'll sit up there, look at me with a straight face, and lie to me about it. And say, oh no, that's not this, that, and third, because they'll make up some BS lingo and use some legal terminology, some big ass words that you don't understand until you go back and research and see that they're full of crap. All right. And then you got your family trying to set you up. You know what I mean? And then you got undercover granny playing like she got dementia. Oh, that whole thing. Do you know that somebody that's crazy. That woman is crazy. That if you have dementia, they have tests that they run. That used to be a CAT scan or PET scan, and then they have another one where they draw blood and they look for a particular. Oh man, it's a particular hormone that's produced from the deterioration of the brain, which is the onset of dementia and stuff like that. Now, I've done my research on this stuff, bro. And that, I can't remember the name, man. Oh man, somebody's gonna look it up. And that, if you can't, like, let's say you're faking it. Let's just say undercover granny, she's faking it. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gotta take my word for it. You go to the doctor and they're like, her relatives were like, oh yeah, she's got dementia and this person is taking advantage of her and third. They take this as like, there's nothing wrong with this one person. She's faking. So they have no legal documentation, no medical documentation backing that claim. Then you got this other woman that's just, let's back up. There was no reason for her to destroy the cameras other than just, I don't know. You'd have to ask that woman. I don't know. What was the purpose of that? Other than to hide something. That's it. That's my only logical thing that I can think of, because a lot of stuff has been exposed from being recorded. Because if I just come on here and just tell you things, you wouldn't believe me. Now, if this person was in the courtroom, they could sit up there and be like, and just say whatever, because they're your relative. Oh, another thing too is, and it's crazy, and this is stuff that I've researched years ago. In law, especially when it comes to criminal prosecution, or in civil too, your relatives can be character witnesses, or people that's closely related to you or that know you at work, like co-workers and stuff like that. They could be character witnesses to either be a positive or a negative in that particular situation. And if it's your parent or sibling, it's even worse. And let's say you have no deal with them, you don't like them at all, and then you get into a bond or something like that, they can get on a stand and just say whatever. And a lot of times a prosecutor will just pretty much stage everything and just tell them exactly what to say, and they practice this crap and they just screw you over. So, and I just said a mouthful and I was jumping around all over the place, but this is the type of frustration that and then you got these dirty cops with these lawsuits, and they're sending civilians. Some of them, I shit you not, listen, excuse my language, they let people out of jail to try to set the plaintiff up, bro. Like, think about it. And if you think this shit just happens on, I'm sorry, excuse my language, you think this stuff happens on these movies and these crime shows like Law and Order and all this other crap? No, this happens in real life. They do it. I've seen it with my own eyes, bro. But anyway, before I get to rambling, I'm gonna touch base on some other stuff, but I just want to show you that real quick, just to show you that was over a year ago. They still haven't done anything. Now, if the roles were reversed and I went over to this woman's house and just ripped off her cameras or something like that, bro, matter of fact, as soon as I stepped onto the property trespassing, that'd have been first off the muzzle trespass. Oh, he's not supposed to be here, just in that third. He's not invited. And then they would hit me for whatever and added some other shit, because that's what they do. And as far as these lawsuits, we're gonna talk about that. Not in this video. We're gonna talk about that. So just stay tuned for the next one, bro. Just want to make this real quick and short. I'll let you know that it's still a fight, and just showing you, if you work for the cops and you can get away with shit like this. And some, what do you think? I want to hear what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? What's your reasoning? Is this cool? Can you just go around breaking people's stuff, and just because you're a woman or something like that, ladies, don't get mad at me, because you're a woman, you could just do that? No, I don't care who you are. You can't just go around breaking people's stuff, bro, and with no consequences. And then the cops just giving them a pass. Matter of fact, hit the description box below. When the cops was called and went down to the police station, this is what happened. Go check the video below. All right, with that said, man, I'm out. I'll catch you on the next one.